Hello, everyone, and welcome back to A Love Letter in My 20s. My name is Ariana, and the title of this podcast episode could come off a little clickbaity, but I truly believe that if you take this advice and listen to this mindset shift and change, you could potentially get through a lot of situations in your life. And I can't guarantee you that, but I could try my hardest to teach you guys what I've learned throughout life and give you this perspective that might change your view on a lot of things. So, let's get started because we have a lot to talk about, a lot to debrief, and we're going to get right into it. Okay, this is how we're going to begin. Anything that you want in life, if you can envision it, you can have it. And this almost sounds kind of unbelievable, but I'm going to start this podcast off with a story to kind of explain this phenomenon. So, in no means am I bragging with this story at all. I just want to showcase and tell you guys an example and give you guys an example in my life of exactly what I mean. So, when I was looking for a job, I knew that I wanted to work in a city. I didn't know if I wanted to be in New York or Dallas. And I also knew the exact hours that I wanted. Like, I knew that I wanted mornings to myself, like to be able to do yoga and just have like slower mornings and have mornings to myself. I knew like the exact atmosphere that I wanted. I knew the exact pay that I wanted. And I knew that I didn't want like a full 9 to 5. Like I knew I wanted like flexible hours. And so I remember like telling people what I was looking for in a job, and they would kind of be like, "Well, that's going to be hard to find in a big city." And so for some reason, I just like never like I in my head I was like, I know that I'm going to get the exact job that I want. And so I would go through all these interviews because when you are looking for a job, you have to do like so many different interviews. And there was actually one that was in Dallas. There was two. There was one in Dallas and one in New York. And they both were great and they had like great people. The pay wasn't like exactly what I wanted, and then the other one, the hours weren't exactly what I wanted. And so both of them I could have continued with, but I decided to keep going. And eventually, I found the exact place that I wanted to be, and I knew almost immediately when I went in for my interview, because I saw angel numbers, which is something that for me, I don't know. It was like a moment where like I kind of knew that this is exactly what I had wanted, and I was so grateful that I didn't like settle for the other things. Um, and so this leads me to what I want to talk about today is that anything that you want in life that you can envision, you can have, okay? And you hear it with celebrities all the time, which I'll get into later, but Ariana Grande, Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, um, who else? SZA, like all these people in their songs, and it sounds so bratty, but in their songs they're literally word for word like, if I want something, I will get it. And that's kind of the mindset that you need to have in this life, is envision everything that you want. This is what manifesting is, but a lot of people think of manifesting in the wrong way, so I'll tell you exactly how to do it. Basically, you envision exactly what you want, and you do not stop until you get that. This can apply to jobs, and this can also apply to relationships and friendships, especially relationships. Like, if you know exactly what you want in a partner, do not settle or like change anything to get there. You know what I mean? Like, go until you find, like, literally, like, sit down and journal and write everything that you want in your ideal partner. This can go for men and women. If you want them to be tall, you want them to be handsome, you want them to buy you flowers, you want them to treat you like this, you want them to do this. Like, literally, it sounds materialistic or whatever, but anything that you want, you write it down and you will find it. Like, I promise you that there is something out there for everyone. Like, there is a job that will be the same amount of hours that you want, the exact pay that you want, and like still allow you to, have money to spend. Like, there are people out there that will be exactly what you want, and you do not settle until you find that exact thing, because it will come to you. And the reason why a lot of things don't work out is because we settle. And so that's why a lot of jobs, like, you quit, and a lot of relationships you break up because you kind of settled for just whatever, because you didn't think, oh, I could actually find exactly what I'm looking for. And so realize that you can get exactly what you want. And the key to manifesting it is feeling the feeling of like how happy you would be if you actually had that thing. Like, literally sit down, write down in your journal from yourself, like, whenever like a time span in the future, write down a note to yourself exactly, like, word for word, exactly what you want, exactly what you have, and act like you have it, and feel the feeling of how grateful and happy you would feel if you were, not anxious anymore. If you woke up one day and you had like no sadness at all, like, feel the feelings, write it down. If you woke up one day and you woke up to your ideal soulmate partner, like, how would you feel? How grateful and happy would you feel? What do they look like? What do they smell like? What do they, do for you? All these things. And don't ever think that you're asking for too much. You can literally ask for anything, and then feel how grateful you would feel and how happy you would feel to have it. And then you have to let it go. So think about this like it's a birthday gift from your mom. So say, like, when you're first born, if you could comprehend what your mom was saying, your mom tells you, what do you want in life? Like, tell me what gift that you really want. Word for word, like, write it down, the exact price, like the exact replica, like, what do you want? And she tells you, okay, I got it for you. And she gives you the receipt. Like, you have raw proof that she has gotten this gift for you. But she tells you, I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to give it to you. Like, it's going to be a surprise. That is basically the idea and the concept of life, is you ask the universe or God, like, whatever you believe in, you ask them for things word for word, like, truly envision and feel the things. They give you a receipt, which is, not an actual receipt, like, you just have to kind of trust. And then you go throughout your life not worrying about when you're going to get it, just knowing in the back of your head, like, I have that receipt. I am getting exactly what I want. So now I just continue to live. And so that is the part that we kind of struggle with, is we get so obsessed with time and space and the environment and like the how we're going to get exactly what we want. But when you let go of that and you kind of live in the present moment, it comes to you quicker. When you're out searching for people and when you're out searching for things, it kind of delays the time. I've noticed a lot in my life when I've given out like desperate energy. I have noticed that it never works out. Like, every time that I feel like I have to chase something, it usually just leaves almost immediately. Like, everything that I've chased in my life and I have given even like the slightest desperate energy for, it was not meant for me, because it's kind of like you're going against your trust in like the universe and God by figuring out the how. The fun in life is not knowing the how. And I've noticed that every single time I just go out to enjoy, like, and enjoy my time, things attract. You know what I mean? Like, every time I go out and I'm like looking for something, looking for someone, looking for all these things and answers in my life, it never comes, because it's like you are an energy. Everything in life is an energy. It's just not in a little body. It's not in like a little vessel. So it doesn't seem like it's the same. Like, money doesn't seem like it's the same as us, but it is. It's an energy. If you put out the energy to attract money and the emotions of how you feel when you attract it, it'll just attract straight to you. Same with your soulmate, same with your happiness, same with your joy. Like all these things are energy. And so if you're putting out desperate energy, you're kind of repelling it. You know what I mean? Like you just stay in this present moment, you enjoy every moment, and you let that gift come to you when it's ready. And that's another thing, is that you never know when you're like fully ready for something. If you think of it in terms of the gift, like your mom, you asked your mom for this gift, like she is not going to not give it to you. It's the same as the universe or God. Like they're never going to do you dirty. So you just have to have trust that they will give it to you when you're ready. Like maybe you are not finding your person because you're not your highest self yet. Maybe you're not at like the final job that you're going to have because you personally are not fully developed to be there yet, to be that person that has that yet. And so I'll teach you guys how to work on yourself at the end of this episode to become your highest self. But yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind, that like maybe you're just not the person that you need to be yet to receive that gift, but the gift is coming. Like always in your head, no matter what, no matter what people tell you, no matter what energy people give you, no matter what situations you go through, always in the back of your head, remember, I am going to get the gift that I want. Like I am going to get everything that I want. Let go of the how, time, space, environment, the past, all of that, let go of it and just live your life. And so with this is like the biggest thing, is that you need to listen to your redirections in life. This is the law of detachment, and I truly think that this mindset will help you get through so much hardships in your life. So basically, the law of detachment is listening to everything that is a redirection for you. If a situation does not work out, that means that there is better. It's the same idea as what I was talking about in the beginning when you settle for things. Say, like, you were in a job or you were with a person and there was like little things that you didn't like about it, and that like you had a set thing of exactly what you wanted and you knew exactly what you wanted. Say that they, didn't dress well. Okay, that's very like materialistic, but say that's something that like you value, like you want someone that's well put together and they have everything else but they just don't dress well. Or say you're in a job and they have everything but the hours are just like not good, like you just don't like the hours. Say something goes wrong and you get fired, or say like you break up with this person. If you knew that there was better coming in, would you continue to chase that thing? You know what I mean? We always have to think in our head, like, the reason why this is leaving my life is because I asked for something and that was a stepping stone to get to it. You know what I mean? Like, people and things and jobs and all that stuff are just stepping stones to getting exactly what we want and realizing. Because sometimes you don't know exactly what you want in the very beginning of your life. Like as a child, or even like when you were in high school compared to now, like do you have the same values about people and things that you did back then? You know what I mean? Like it's always going to change. And so the reason why you have these karmic people and the reason why you have these situations and these life realizations is to realize and tweak exactly what you want. Like you go through a job and you're like, oh, I don't really like how this person treats me at this like workspace. I don't like how they work. Like I want to be around people that work like this. And that's the reason why we go through life, because then we build that list of the gift that we actually want, like our end goal. So a lot of the times the reasons for situations is to realize and tweak the end goal of what we actually want. And just know that you will get exactly what you want, and it will help you get through a lot. This is another story that I'm going to share about this, is that I've really been trying to like, I think that I kind of rewired my brain to like subconsciously think like this, because for example, the other day I was driving home and I have a 2-hour drive home, and I got pulled over because I was speeding, and I was like fully screaming to songs. Like I was speeding. Like it was 100% my fault. And so I got pulled over and he gave me a ticket for less. And he was just like, okay, like carry on, whatever. And my immediate subconscious thought was, thank God he pulled me over, because I probably was just protected from like an actual like horrible car accident, because I knew that I was going fast. Like I knew that it would have been like so bad. God forbid something had happened. And I'm sorry. Like I know that that's not good. And I'm being a better driver, I swear. But yeah, like my initial reaction was like, okay, thank God that happened, because God forbid like something else happened and I died, or like I hurt someone or something. And so before, in the past, I would be like, oh my God, I just got a ticket. Like, my day is ruined. I have to pay so much money, like all this stuff. But when you start to rewire your brain to think, okay, maybe this didn't work out because it saved me from something else. Maybe, this didn't work out because the next thing is going to be 10 times better, which it always will be. And so that's what you kind of got to do in life, is you just got to kind of keep it pushing and be open to experiences and be open to new people, and just use that to tweak exactly what you are looking for, and know exactly what you want. Because when you know exactly what you want, you become like an even higher self, and you have like high standards, and you raise your standards, because I didn't really like that in this person, or I really like that in this person, but I kind of want this. And do not ever set yourself back from your standards and like what you want, because the universe, or God, or whatever you believe in, if you ask for it, they're not gonna say no. You know what I mean? Like, you have to go through life knowing that you're going to get what you want. So if you do have to go through situations where you have like hard losses, or you break up with people, or something didn't work out, or someone like ghosts you, or a job, like you get fired, something like that, like, it's redirection. Always. It's always going to be redirection. It's not going to be like for punishment. You know what I mean? I can probably guarantee you that it's to get you to exactly where you want to be and where you need to be. And so when I speak about like letting go of time and space and the environment, there's a book that I've been reading, and it's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It's by Joe Dispenza. And basically he talks about how to overcome like your body and time and space and all of these external factors, and focus on your mind, and letting your mind like be in control of your life. Because we as humans, we sometimes love to play victim. Like, we love to use our past experiences to literally create our whole personality. Like, our personality is made up of exactly what we think of ourselves. The way that people see us, and the way that people treat us, and the way that people view us, and the things that happen to us, and the things that attract to us, and the people that attract to us, that is all from our own mind. Like, that is all from the way that we view ourselves. So if you think about it that way, you can change any narrative about yourself. And so if you go throughout life with this victim complex of like, I've been through so many hardships. I've always dealt with sadness in my life. I've always been anxious my whole life. Like, this is my reality. That will be your reality. You are literally everything that you say you are in your mind. Like, your body starts to feed off of these emotions. Your body will start to feed off of wanting to be sad, like pulling in situations and energies that will make you sad. But if you switch your mindset to think, no, this is not the type of person I am. You detach from your past and all the things that hurt you, and all the things that, triggered you being sad and you being anxious. If you let go of that, and you live in the present moment, and you tell yourself, like, that is not who I want to be, you can change the whole thing. Like, I would do an episode on literally breaking the habit of being yourself. Like, I'll basically just like summarize the book, but this is like a little basic little thing. Is that your mind is so powerful that if you detach it from your past and your body and all these things, you can literally achieve anything that you want, and you can get anything that you want, and you could be whoever you want. If you want the things that you want in life, you need to switch your personality to align with that. Okay, just say you want like happiness. You can't attract happiness by going throughout your daily life looking for things to make you sad and telling yourself, I am a sad person, or I am someone that always gets sad experiences. Like, if you want happiness, you have to change your mindset to align with that. If you want to be rich, you can't go throughout your day being like, I'm so poor, I can't afford this. Like, you have to go throughout your day being like, money has never been a problem for me. Like, dead ass, it's the thing where you have to keep saying it until it becomes true. Like, even if it's a lie, even if it's, not true in the moment, you have to live like the energies that you want to attract, and you will attract them. Say you want to find love, but you walk around being like, I always attract like the shittiest men. That's all you're going to attract, because it's like your body is listening to that and it's pulling in energies, and you're pulling in energies of shitty men, shitty women. Like, that is all that it is. It sounds so unbelievable, but it is true. Basically, to sum it up, you know that you're going to get what you want. You have to let go of the how. You need to let go of the desperate energy and just know that it's coming. You need to live throughout certain situations, and you need to live through people and meet new people and experience new things and try out new things to fully narrow down exactly what you are looking for. You do not settle until you get that exact thing. You forget about the how. You let go of the desperate energy, and then you switch your mindset to be in alignment with that. And that's the last part of this episode, is what do you do in the meantime, and how do you align yourself to that energy? In the meantime, this is the most fun part. Like, I think that the most fun that I've had in this life is this time period of being single, because you're going to go through all these experiences. You're going to be open to new people, new things. You're going to be open to everything, okay? And you're going to use everything as experiences to see exactly what you want. You're going to keep it pushing. You're never going to be closed off. And you're just going to be open to every experience, every person. Because at the end of the day, you know that you're going to get exactly what you want. And so you are just learning about yourself when you learn to go through situations and people. This is the best part, is when you build like the closest relationship with yourself possible. Like I said in the beginning, sometimes you're just not at the highest self that you can be to receive what you want to receive. Like, I don't know if I'm exactly where I want to be to meet my end all be all. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I want to be like more put together. Like, I want to be whatever. And I'm not saying, like, it will come to you. You don't even have to worry about that, because it'll come to you when the time is right. But until then, you have to keep building yourself up, so that, like, when you are where you're supposed to be, it'll come into your life. And so all you have to do, literally all you have to do in this lifetime, is learn more about yourself and learn more about what you want. This has been the closest that I have ever been with myself in my life. Like, my relationship with myself is the best that it's ever been. Like, I know myself, and I could fully say this with my whole chest out. My chest is not even showing, but with my chest out, I could say, like, I know myself in and out. And the more you get to know yourself, the more you know how you react to things, and the more you can fix it. And again, fix your mindset of yourself in this time period. I used to walk around thinking, like, oh my God, everyone thinks I'm so naive. Like, I used to think that people thought I was too talkative, like all this stuff. And I just switched the narrative, and I was just like, that's not who I am. This is how I want to be perceived. This is how I'm going to be perceived. And that's how people perceive you. And you'll notice that a lot of people leave your life that don't align with that view of you. And so people treat you the exact same way that you treat yourself. Everything that aligns with you in the exact same way that you align with yourself. Like, all the energies that you put out are all the energies you're going to get back in. So, these are some tips. I can do a whole episode on health promises, because and like self-care promises, because I have a whole journal list on this. But some tips: high vibrational music. I have a playlist on Spotify and it's called High Vibrational Mornings. Like, I literally will cook and I will have a whole morning. I'll go to yoga, walk to yoga with the music on, come back, like fully lymphatic drainage while I'm listening to this music, because you need to, even subconsciously be feeding yourself affirmations and like telling yourself like I am going to get what I want, and you need to lift yourself up. Like, you need to, even when you're not like fully there and like fully thinking, you need to be listening to things that are going to get you, at your highest self. And so when you listen to music, I'm sorry, because I used to be like the biggest Taylor Swift fan, and I'm not trying to come off like whatever, because I still think that she's great and she's amazing. But when you listen to Taylor Swift songs right when you wake up, and she's complaining about how she, is always getting broken up with and she's always being cheated on and all these things, like, you're just feeding that into yourself. You are feeding your mind that, and you're kind of like picking that up to yourself. So be very careful with that. If you want to listen to my playlist, I have it on Spotify. My Spotify is Ariana, okay, I think, and it's under High Vibrational Mornings, and it's really good. And honestly, I listen to it all throughout the day. And I'm sorry if you're a guy and you're trying to listen to it. There's some like guy songs, but a lot of it is like woman empowerment. But I'll add more songs if needed. If requested, I will add more songs. But that's a huge thing, is the music you listen to, because I listen to a lot of music like all day, every day when I walk. And so I realized, like, once I switched my music, I was in a way higher frequency and like way higher vibrational energy to attract what I wanted to attract. Care about how you dress. Care about like how you present yourself when you walk out the door. If you're walking out the door like not really giving a fuck about how you look, and like not really taking care of your body and your mind and how you put yourself together, you can't really attract things that are well put together. You know what I mean? Like, you are going to attract exactly what you put out and what you showcase out into the world. Movement and health and food. Really take care of your body. Like, your body is encasing your energy. When someone looks like they take care of themselves, you respect them a little bit more, I feel like. And so take care of your body, do movement, especially food. I've really gotten into cooking lately. My whole Instagram For You page is just like healthy meals, and it's amazing. Learn how to cook for yourself, because that like really is such a nice form of self-care. I'll put on like nice happy music and cook and just like be there with myself and know that I'm doing something good for myself. And so I would really recommend that. Like, take care of yourself, take care of your body, because then you'll attract things that will want to take care of you, because you value yourself so much and you put yourself on this high pedestal. But if you push yourself to the side, you're only going to attract things and people that are like, well, she doesn't really care about herself, so I'm not going to put in that much energy and effort. You know what I mean? Like, really take the time, especially if you were single, but you can do this in a relationship too. Take the time to like really get to know yourself and really take care of yourself and really raise your energy in the way that you view yourself and the way that you want people to perceive you, and walk throughout your day in that alignment, and make sure that you're not feeding your subconscious mind any negativity, like through music, or especially through people. Like, if you have friends that are very negative all the time, or they're very like down all the time, you kind of have to, as much as it sucks, like, you kind of have to separate yourself from that, because you don't want that to start like feeding into your energy. You know what I mean? Like, you really want to make sure everything in your life is very aligned, and you want to make sure that you do not settle and you take situations with grains of salt, because at the end of the day, you will get exactly what you want. And so if something doesn't, sorry, there's like a loud siren. If something doesn't work out, just know that there is better coming. You will get exactly what you want. Your only job right now is to take care of yourself and align yourself and continue to raise your standards to know exactly what you want, and then align yourself to attract that. And that's it. And that's life. And it's so fun. Life is so fun. Like, it's so fun to, like, be by yourself and, like, be able to come home and just, like, you know, be alone and then go out into the world and, like, see and experience all these things and travel and meet new people and all these fun things. Because you will get exactly what you want at the end of the day. So there's nothing to stress about. There's nothing to worry about. You could just go throughout experiences. If they don't work out, it's because it's a redirection. You know what I mean? And then life gets so fun and it gets so exciting. And yeah, that is my episode for you today. I hope that it helped someone get through things and kind of change their mindset on the whole idea of life. And if you are listening to this, I promise you that you do not need to lower your expectations on life and what you want in life. If you want to be like a millionaire business owner, say that every single day in your head. I will be a millionaire business owner. Or don't even say I will be. I am. I am. And you will get it. I promise you. If you believe in this, if you align yourself, you put in the work, you do the work, you put out that energy, you will receive the energy back. Okay? And don't stress. If something doesn't work out, it's because it's getting you to that point where it works out, or it's morphing you to become that person that you need to be when you are ready to achieve that big goal and goal. And that's that. So I hope that you guys like this episode. If you want, you can follow Love Letter My 20s on Instagram and TikTok. And you can also follow me on Instagram. It's Ariana with 2 A's.n. And yeah, you can listen to this on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And with that being said, I will see you guys soon. Bye.